Hello, fellow yogis. How are you feeling in your body today? I love yin yoga for beginners because it invites in the subtler aspects of yoga into your practice right away. It's an intentional choice to prioritize stillness and silence when we practice yin. We do fewer poses, but we hold them for longer periods of time. You let the pose slowly adjust your body instead of you trying to perfect the pose. Dim the lights, relax, and now let's get on the mat. To begin, come into Anahatasana, puppy pose. So you don't need any props, but if you happen to have a blanket, it's nice to put it underneath the knees. Notice how my hips are directly over my knees. So I'm not back in a child's pose. I truly have the seat stacked directly over the knees. And then you just drape the body forward, walk the hands forward, let the heart melt towards the ground. This yin posture is so delicious because right away, hopefully you feel a stretch in the armpit area. Lots of lymph nodes there, so we're boosting our immunity, opening the shoulders. And then this position also puts the heart above the head. You can play with pressing into the hands firmly, so activating the arms, and as you do that, knit your ribs together like a corset was around your ribs and lungs and kind of pull up towards the ceiling. That might intensify the stretch in the shoulders as you knit the ribs together up towards the sky, and then you can let that go, just melt the heart towards the floor. You can see if a slightly active or just more passive variation of this pose feels best for you today. And now slow your breathing down. Full minute of silence, just melt here. Scan the body. Deepen the breath. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, transition this into a downward facing dog. So take your hands back underneath your shoulders, curl your toes under, and lift your seat towards the sky. Downward facing dog, not traditionally a yin posture, but it's such a fun one to just hold. So we'll hold it for 1 minute, and right now fidget, bend one knee and then the other. Adjust your hands and feet if you need to. It's okay if the heels don't touch the floor, the knees are deeply bent. Just deepen your breath now, 1 full minute in your dog, and find stillness if you can. Notice how challenging that is. And you can always stay in Anahatasana, puppy pose. Doing this down dog gets our inversion in for the day. Heart even more above the head here. Builds a little stamina, a little heat. Send the breath into the low back, the hips. Iron out, lengthen those inhalations and exhalations. Drop the knees to the floor if you are in dog. Coming to lie down, if you happen to have the blanket, put it under your hips now. And we're placing the elbows directly under the shoulders. So you're making a little 2 parallel lines, like 2 railroad tracks with the forearms. And then really make sure the elbows are under the shoulders. Activate the legs, so feel the kneecaps lift up off your sticky mat. And then shine your heart forward and dip the chin so there's no strain in the back of the neck. So just finding this activation. And then now you can relax. Relax the legs, kneecaps come back down. And just breathe into your Sphinx pose, our back bend for today. Any tweaking, sharp, shooting pain in the low back, back off. You can take your elbows further forward to make this more mild. Otherwise, breathe into where you feel sensation. See if you can let your bones and muscles and fascia relax while keeping a gentle, gentle pull of the navel up towards the sky, protecting that low back. Challenge yourself to deepen the breath. Last deep, full inhale. Complete exhale. Wonderful. Roll over onto your back. Place the soles of the feet on the floor and take your left ankle over your right knee. Place the right foot as close to your booty as you can get and send your left knee away from you energetically. You can place the left hand there if you need. This might be enough as you feel a stretch in the left hip. If you want to intensify this, hold behind the right thigh and pull the knee gently into the chest. Take a look at your left foot, make sure it's flexed actively and that the ankle is kind of over the knee. So your heel isn't on the thigh, but truly to the right of your thigh. And breathe. Notice if the shoulders have tensed up. Relax the jaw, the face. If it's too intense, you can always put the foot back on the floor, the right foot back on the floor. Breathe into the left hip. Send your breath, your attention there. And then switch it out. So left sole of foot to the floor, bring it as close as you can to your booty, and right ankle comes over again as you let the knee drop forward towards the bottom of your sticky mat. This may be enough, or some of you may want to hold behind the thigh. The nice part of getting to see this class multiple times, if you do it as part of the challenge, is you'll notice how this pose changes and shifts for you week after week. Keep the left foot relaxed, but the right foot ankle over the thigh. Really flex the toes back towards the knee. Breathe into the right hip. Challenge yourself to lengthen the breath as much as you can. Let that go. Take the feet as wide as your sticky mat and bring the knees into touch to decompress the lumbar spine, low back. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Just breathe. You should feel the navel lifting and descending underneath your palm. From my heart to yours, namaste. So second time seeing this yin routine, I'd love to hear how it went for you. So write yummy yin in the comment box down below if you were enjoying this style of yoga. I'll see you tomorrow for Kundalini, where we'll be lifting our energy and doing powerful breath work. So much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.